Welcome back to the Gist English Masterclass. Have you ever sent a message to your boss and suddenly panicked, thinking, oh no, was that too casual? Or maybe, did I sound a bit cold there? Well, today we are looking at something so important. We are exploring how to achieve what we call professional warmth at work. Basically, this means sounding friendly, but still acting like a true professional. And you know the best part? You can do this using very, very simple English. Okay, let's dive into this agenda for today's explainer. First, tone matters most. Second, friendly work phrases. Third, do not overshare. And fourth, how to say no.
All right, starting with Section 1. Tone matters most. Perfect English versus the right tone.
So, the crucial point is, you actually do not need perfect English. You just need the right tone. Listen, so many students worry all day about grammar, but tone is about how you say something, not just the exact dictionary words you use. When you make small, easy changes to your tone, people trust you more. They see you as a friendly person, for sure, but also as a really smart worker.
Imagine you are writing a quick message to your manager. You might be tempted to write, "Hey, what's up?" We absolutely must stop saying this in business settings. It sounds like you are texting a friend at a weekend party, right? Instead, just use a simple phrase like, "Hi, how's your day going?" It is warm, it is friendly, but it is a very professional alternative.
Now, what happens when someone makes a mistake? And this brilliantly illustrates why words matter. Saying no worries is actually a bad idea if the task is highly important. It kind of makes you look careless, but saying something like, "It's all good, thanks for letting me know," is much better. This shows you are kind, absolutely, but you still understand that the work is serious.
We all know that sometimes we need things done fast, but writing, "Can you do this ASAP?" just creates instant panic. It feels really rushed and honestly a little bit rude. It is so much better to say, "Could you take a look at this when you have a moment? Thanks so much." It asks for the exact same thing, but it is highly polite. It shows you actually respect your coworker's time. And guess what? They will probably want to help you faster.
Here is another really fun example. Saying OMG, yes, totally, is great if you are sitting at a coffee shop, but it is way too casual for the office. It just does not sound polished. A fantastic choice is to say, "Yes, that works perfectly for me." It means the exact same thing, but it makes you sound like a true professional.
Moving right along to Section 2, friendly work phrases. 3 easy phrases to sound warm. Let us look at 3 easy phrases you can use at work today to add instant warmth to your messages. Number 1, happy to help. Use this when you finish a task for someone. It sounds super confident. Number 2, let me know if you need anything else. Use this to be supportive without making big promises you cannot keep. And number 3, thanks for the update, appreciate it. Use this when someone sends you an email with new information. Honestly, keep these phrases ready for your next meeting.
Let us take a quick pause here. If you are following the explanation, then hit the like button and leave a comment. We really want to know which of these 3 phrases you like the most.
Let's move to and see how this builds into Section 3. Do not overshare. Being friendly without getting too personal.
So, what exactly is oversharing? Well, it simply means telling people way too much about your personal life at work. Remember this golden rule. Friendly does not equal personal. You can be a really nice coworker without sharing your whole life story. Just keep the conversation light and easy.
Now, what's really interesting about this situation is how we talk about our mornings. We all love our pets, right? But complaining, I'm so tired, my cat kept me up all night, well, that is oversharing. It is simply too much personal information for a Monday morning at the office. It is much more professional to say, "It's been a busy morning, but I'm good. How about you?" This is the perfect example of professional warmth. You answer the question and nicely ask about them.
Here is a conversation that happens literally every Monday. A coworker asks about your weekend. Saying, "My weekend was crazy, let me tell you," is usually a mistake. Even if your weekend was absolutely crazy, keep your words polite and simple. Just say, "I had a nice weekend, thanks for asking." This builds a really nice connection without crossing any professional boundaries.
All right, our final lesson, Section 4, How to Say No, Setting Boundaries Politely.
It is absolutely crucial to learn how to say no politely. Saying no, I can't do that is much too direct. It sounds angry and blunt. A brilliant choice is to say, I'd love to help, but I'm at capacity right now. Being at capacity is a great business phrase. It basically means your cup is full and you are 100% busy. This tells them no, but stays very friendly.
Sometimes we just cannot finish a project on time. It happens. Many people panic and say, sorry, sorry, sorry. Please do not do this. Apologizing too much actually makes you look weak. A much stronger approach is to say, thanks for understanding, let's revisit this next week. Notice how you thank them instead of saying sorry. It is friendly, highly confident, and very organized.
And this brings us to the core formula of today's explainer. Boundaries plus kindness equals respect. If you can be kind and friendly, but still set clear rules for your time, you will earn massive respect at work. You will sound confident, polite, and completely capable.
So, I leave you with this big question to think about today. How will your tone change tomorrow? Think about the simple words you use every single day. Think about how you can add that professional warmth to your next email or meeting. Keep practicing. See you in the next class.